Hello everyone, you're watching Planet Earth, and today we're talking about the Arctic Ocean. What do we know about it? Most likely that it's the top of the planet, where according to many, Santa Claus lives. The name sounds strange too, doesn't it? The North Pole is also there, but is it on land or water? Not quite clear. One thing's certain, it's cold up there. Who lives there and what kinds of fish swim there? Or maybe they don't swim, maybe they're just there, frozen in ice cubes, and shipped out already frozen. In fact, it's a place we still know little about. So let's try to explore what has been explored, or at least get a glimpse of this astonishing and vast watery part of our planet. The Arctic Ocean is one big natural wonder and attraction. It's the most mysterious, the least explored, the smallest, the least salty. Basically, like many things on our planet, it's the most. But let's take it one step at a time. Yes, the Arctic Ocean is the smallest and shallowest of all Earth's oceans. It holds only 4% of the planet's water. Still, its area is 40,090,000 square kilometers, twice as big as the Sargasso Sea and 5 times larger than the Mediterranean. The deepest point, located in the Greenland Sea, reaches 5,527 meters, while the average depth is just 987 meters. The Arctic Ocean lies between Eurasia and North America. Its boundary with the Atlantic Ocean starts at the eastern entrance of Hudson Strait, continues through Davis Strait, along the coast of Greenland to Cape Brewster, through the Denmark Strait, to the Faroe Islands, then to the Shetland Islands, and along the 61st parallel north to the coast of the Scandinavian Peninsula. The boundary with the Pacific Ocean is marked by the Bering Strait, from Cape Desnev to Cape Prince of Wales. Seas, gulfs, and straits make up 10.28 million square kilometers, about 70% of the Arctic Ocean's total area. These include the Barents, Kara, Laptov, East Siberian, Chukchi, Beaufort, Lincoln, Greenland, Norwegian, White, and Baffin Seas. The largest gulf is Hudson Bay. The Arctic Ocean ranks second in the world in the number of islands, after the mighty Pacific. The largest island on Earth, Greenland, is here too, with an area of nearly 2,176,000 square kilometers. It's also home to the second largest archipelago on the planet, the Canadian Arctic Archipelago. The Arctic Ocean is surrounded by the land masses of Eurasia, North America, Greenland, and Iceland. Its waters are less salty than other oceans, thanks to major Siberian rivers flowing into it. Also, with such cold temperatures, evaporation is minimal. Most of the Arctic Ocean's seabed consists of continental shelves, more than 45% of it, and continental margins, up to 70% of the seabed. That's why it has such a low average depth. Around 40% of its area is shallower than 200 meters. The Arctic climate is dictated by the ocean's polar location. Massive ice formations make the climate even harsher, primarily due to the lack of solar warmth reaching the polar regions. And because of its location, the central Arctic basin remains ice-covered year-round, although the ice is always shifting. This icy shell also isolates the ocean surface from direct exposure to sunlight and the atmosphere. Now, about the ocean currents. The most important hydrological factor is the influx of Atlantic water into the Arctic Ocean. The warm North Atlantic current shapes the circulation patterns in the North European basin and in the Barents and partly the Kara Seas. Pacific and river waters also influence the currents. Water balance is mostly maintained by outflow to the northeastern Atlantic. That's the main surface current in the Arctic Ocean. A smaller portion flows through the straits of the Canadian Arctic Archipelago. River discharge also affects surface water movement, especially from Asia and Alaska, causing constant water and ice flow. Although the Arctic may seem lifeless, just ice and snow, it's home to amazing creatures. The richest marine life can be found in the White and Barents Seas and the North European basin. Seaweed like kelp, laminaria, red algae, Philophora, and fucus dominate the plant life. There's also phytoplankton, mostly diatoms, which make up about 50% of all plankton species here. Their trick? They cling to the underside of ice. While Arctic flora isn't especially diverse, the fish population is surprising. Around 150 known species, many of them edible and commercially valuable, like salmon, cod, herring, flounder, and more. There are also many bird species. Gulls, auks, morays, eiders, and black brants nest and breed here. And no, Penguins don't live here. They're on the opposite side of the world, in Antarctica. Humans might struggle to survive here, but Mother Nature has brilliantly adapted her creations. Arctic mammals include walruses, belugas, seals, narwhals, Arctic foxes, lemmings, and of course, polar bears. Yes, that polar bear, also known as oshkui, nanook, or unka, the second largest land predator on Earth after the saltwater crocodile. A full-grown male can weigh up to a ton and eats only meat, so best not to cross his path when he's hungry and grumpy. Many Arctic sea creatures grow to impressive sizes: giant mussels, jellyfish over 2 meters wide, sea spiders with leg spans up to 30 centimeters, and yes, whales also swim in these waters. And there's another Arctic quirk: extreme longevity. Cod can live up to 20 years, halibut up to 40, and mussels up to 25 years, much longer than their southern relatives. But the real star is a Greenland shark caught near Greenland. Scientists estimate it was born in 1505, meaning it swam these cold waters back when Ivan the Terrible ruled Russia. The shark was 5.5 meters long. Since Greenland sharks grow only about 1 centimeter a year, researchers believe she was over 500 years old. Hopefully they let her go so she can keep swimming for centuries to come. The Arctic ecosystem is fragile and easily disrupted. Though Arctic bordering countries have signed treaties to protect it, pollution from human activity is a growing threat. Trash sinks to the bottom and harms microorganisms. But surface waste is even more dangerous. No one knows exactly how much industrial waste, oil products, phenols, heavy metals, nitrogen compounds is being dumped here. These substances cause severe harm to local plants and animals. And let's not forget the legacy of nuclear tests. Between 1954 and 1990, 135 nuclear detonations were carried out on Novaya Zemlya. In 1968, a US B-52 bomber crashed in northwest Greenland. Its nuclear bombs broke apart, causing radioactive contamination. The Arctic Ocean is the most sensitive ocean to global warming. Less ice means less solar reflection, which heats the planet even more and makes things worse. Animals that rely on ice bridges to travel often find themselves trapped, unable to find food, and doomed to starve. So, dear subscribers, and future ones, we've just scratched the surface of this fascinating ocean. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. It really helps us grow. This was Planet Earth. See you next time.